Yo, what is up? So, episode 4 of Apocalypse Hotel, we get Yachiro and Ponko on quite a journey to procure some new ingredients for the Gingaro Hotel. Our long term guests, the family of Tanukians, have grown wearisome and tiresome of the small, limited menu provided for them, while Yachiro, the gardener, and the chef do their utmost to provide luxurious, sumptuous meals. They are severely limited by their small garden and chicken coop. Therefore, Yachiro makes the decision she will head out and find some new ingredients for them to create new, extravagant dishes with. Ponko decides to come with her. As they begin their day, setting down the streets of Ginza, we come across a windowsill with two mannequins standing in it, an old storefront. The image you see to your right tells a story, a deep, complex story. Apocalypse Hotel gives us the classic, the iconic show don't tell approach to world building, tacitly implying the societal, socioeconomic status which was present during the cataclysm of humans. It's a jest, a cynical jest at that, towards late stage capitalism. Even though the world was ending, the most crisis of all crises, it was an opportunity for companies to take advantage of humans and take their money. Greedy, rapacious owners of corporations did not cease to exist. They only grew in appetite as dire straits of humanity grew ever so much. It is sad and also a reflection of how many people view corporate today. The greed corporations exude today is the same ideological mindset that would take advantage of people who are simply attempting to survive in the apocalypse. The fact Apocalypse Hotel can tell me that story with a 2-second frame, which the characters never even acknowledge, speaks volumes to how well the storyboarding is done here. Kudos. Kudos to the show. Back to the mission at hand, though. We come out of a Tokyo train station, and it does not look as though we are in Tokyo anymore, but we are. Desertification is taking over. Sand dunes, a sea of sand, is strewn across the landscape before them, with a single nested oasis in the middle. A camel saunters along beside them. A bit odd, they aren't indigenous to Japan. My deduction, though, is the zoos that existed at the end of the humanity's reign had camels in them. They bred, escaped, thrived, especially in the deserts, and survived to this day, which is another fun piece of world building which they toss in there. But in the oasis, Ponko and Yachiro decide to fish. There's a pond, all's going well, fishing quite successfully, I might add, catching fish, eel, crab, all sorts of sea creatures. Then Pongo decides to reveal the vial. The vial, our first guest, gifted to Yachiro, the green vial with a sprout. It had that weird alien viscous liquid inside. Well, Pongo accidentally drops it in the water. She retrieves it, but when she does, the sprout is missing. Seems innocuous, moot point, until it isn't. When moments later, the camel sitting resting next to them is eaten almost entirely whole, leaving only its hump. A giant earthworm comes out of the sand, gulping it whole, straight out of Dune. An Alaskan bullworm, per se. This brings a slew of questions to my mind. Who was our first guest? The green alien. What was he doing? The fact that he gifted a vial full of destruction to Yachiro. I say vial full of destruction because Ponko describes it as a noodle, an NUDEL. They are known throughout the universe as planet destroyers. Any ecosystem they inhabit, they destroy. Entire planets they destroy. So the green alien knew full well what he was doing. He gave this vial containing the seed, the embryo, the life of a giant noodle to Yachiro as a gift. Maybe not, though. Maybe it was a sinister Trojan horse to destroy the world. Or maybe he simply wanted her to have the noodle as a pet and conquer the world. Who knows? But I'm curious to find out. Maybe he's a seemingly harmless, but actually the harbinger of death for countless planets throughout the universe, bringing noodles along with them and planting them on different planets, allowing them to be destroyed. That could be the sole reason for his existence, for his species. Who knows? But it's fun to pontificate and hypothesize over. Maybe we will find out more later. The gang here now must overcome this trial and take out this noodle. They run to an abandoned skyscraper. Atop is a giant crane. Yachiro has the enlightened idea to operate the crane and fish for the noodle, for this giant earthworm. Ponko decides to do the bait. Unfortunately for her, Yachiro stayed up all last night attempting to come up with new meals with the chef and didn't recharge her battery. So the reason you see her doing that weird frog pose is because when she goes into low power mode, she starts doing yoga, which I find hilarious. Not only that, when Ponko needed Yachiro the most, she vanished. She fell asleep at the crane because she ran out of power. So Ponko dashed into this other dilapidated building you see in the top right. As she's hiding, total alien moment. The worm shoots its tongue into the building and it has its own type of sentience, being able to see, move around, snake like. Ponko stabs it with scissors, able to escape, and right before she's about to be eaten, lost all hope, Yachiro comes in clutch, but only because of the I cannot believe it's not Wally character coming in clutch with a backup battery for Yachiro. He also attempted to take out the worm with his laser. Saving the environment and all is his prerogative, and he will do it by any means necessary. A Terminator mixed with Wally, lovely character, maybe the best in the show. But his laser gun is not effective at all in this particular circumstance. But thankfully for the backup battery, Yachiro is able to fish up this noodle, and it's hung there dead. And now, serendipitously, they have a giant meal and ingredient right before them. They caught the biggest fish in the sea in the world. They bring it back, have an extravagant steak dinner. The family loves it, savoring every bite of this delectable new meal. Novelty, variety is the spice of life, and the Tanukians know that. And Yachiro does everything she can to bring that excellence to the table at Gingaro Hotel. It was an awesome episode. Let me know what you guys thought. Anyways, peace.